So, peppermint oil, is it toxic to pets? Now, if you resort to Professor Google, you will see that there is a ton of articles and he just keeps scrolling and it's just like toxic, toxic, toxic. Okay. Now, peppermint oil actually isn't toxic to our pets, but recently I was on a video post about other things, and loads of people were commenting about essential oils being toxic, and in particular peppermint. And so I thought I'd see what they were seeing, hence my Google search. So I started to look at these articles to find out what the reference was that they were using, and not one of the articles that I found actually referenced any case studies on toxicology. They didn't even talk about the LD50 test. The LD50 test is, in my opinion, quite a barbaric test. It basically, animals are force-fed with a substance until 50% of them die, and that is therefore labelled the toxic dose. And they can actually die from the force feeding as opposed to the substance that they're testing. But anyway, that's neither here nor there at the moment with what we're covering. So I had a look, and like I said, none of them referenced it. It was merely just an article about toxicity and with no reference to any evidence at all. So let's look at what they addressed. So first of all, they were talking about essential oils in general. Well, there's different qualities of essential oils, and there are some very poor quality essential oils on the market. The important thing with essential oils is you use them safely. That's like everything, we have to recognise that anything we have, if we have it in excess, can make us ill, and that includes water. Dogs and humans can actually die from a condition called hyponatremia, and this is due to the ingestion of too much water. It changes the sodium levels. You end up having seizures, going into a coma, and ultimately dying. And that's water. But no one's actually labelling water a toxic substance. So one of the things it mentioned was about gastrointestinal discomfort. It just sort of mentioned some GI disturbances, like going to the toilet. Now, peppermint is actually an antispasmodic. 1 drop of peppermint oil is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. It's extremely useful for any digestive complaints, and it's really good whether you're constipated or perhaps you've got diarrhea. It's really good for just bringing your digestive system back into balance. So if you've got a dog that is feeling a bit unwell, and you give them some peppermint oil, either internally, if that is a safe one to do, or rubbing it on their tummy, they may well have a poo. But that actually doesn't mean it's toxic. That's actually getting the body back into balance. So then it also talked about skin irritation. So peppermint is very rich in menthol. It can have a cold feeling on your body. It can actually also have a warm feeling on your body. It has this like dual effect. And when you put peppermint on, it can feel a bit tingly. And for some people that might be uncomfortable. I kind of like it. It helps cool you down. Put Bambi up there. But obviously for our dogs, that might be rather a strange sensation having that there. So it might feel to them, they may start to exhibit some irritation, they may start licking it, may start rubbing it, but that doesn't actually mean it's toxic. And essential oils, again, if you're applying them topically, should be diluted. And more dilution for the pet, the smaller the pet. Now, the other thing is peppermint, again, it's really rich in menthol. It can really open up your airways, and this can actually be a little bit uncomfortable for your pet because we know what's happening. Sorry, perhaps you're right there. We know what's happening, but your pet doesn't. So they could get irritated by that, and it can irritate the eyes as well if they go too close to it. So you need to be really mindful of it. And it's actually this that is can be an irritant with cats. My cat actually always comes near me when I've got peppermint on, but it's actually not toxic to cats either. It can actually be due to the irritation to the eyes and that really intense opening up of the airways feeling as well. And then it talked about liver failure. So again, the liver metabolizes things that we take into our body by absorbing the blood from the gastrointestinal tract that comes from the gastrointestinal tract. Now, anything in excess is going to cause a problem for the liver. Fat, alcohol, paracetamol, again, can cause problems with the liver. So essential oils are no different, and if we're using them safely, it's not going to cause a problem there. So these were all the things that came out of these articles, but they did not reference any studies at all. They did not reference any, like I said, toxicology information or anything. So peppermint essential oil is a wonderful oil to use for your pets. It's actually very cooling as well. Just apply it diluted on the groin. It can be help repel fleas and ticks. Very good for soothing the tummy. And I love to use it for my dogs with cane arthritis because it's a very soothing for the musculoskeletal system by soothing on those muscles and the nerves and also the joints. So it's got so many benefits. So if you want to know more, hit follow or drop your questions below and I will get back to you. And we're just going to go and play now, Bambi, aren't we? Yes, we are.